Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Senator Jason Barrett fought for the taxpayers of West Virginia and won. He passed historic tax cuts, putting more money in the pockets of hardworking families. Here's Jason Barrett.
I went to Charleston on a mission. We cut the personal income tax by more than 30% and returned over $1 billion to the taxpayers of West Virginia. And nothing makes me prouder than having the opportunity to serve you as your state senator.
Paid for by friends of Jason Barrett.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, Cody's Auto Body, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Berkeley County Health Department, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, and CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Where we are on site, Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 EPAC baseball. Tonight, it's the Washington Patriots taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Pre-game show brought to you by the Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Dylan Bishop and Trip Tobin with you on the call. Kyler High back at the studio. On-site producer this evening, Colton Musgrove, and behind TV10's main camera is Ethan Elliott. Trip, back from Myrtle Beach. Everybody is getting back into the swing of things this week. Had some games on Tuesday night. The Hedgesville one rained out. Martinsburg went to extra innings. It was a one-run game, high-scoring affair between Washington and Musselman. Tonight we got the Bulldogs and Patriots. That was one that went to extra innings itself. So I think we're in for another really good night of EPAC baseball.
Yeah, you can see now as you go across and look at some of these EPAC games. I mean, Musselman, beginning of the year didn't give him a lot of hope to win a lot of EPAC matchups. They beat one of the best teams in the EPAC. Washington, who on paper seemed to be one of the teams that returned a lot of talent in the pitching innings, and they're looking right now just one EPAC win after a little faux pas against Spring Mills cost them a game there. But, it's just interesting, and like I said at the beginning of the year, whenever the EPAC teams get together, it's just, it could be extra innings any time, a lot of emotions. These guys play hard, iron sharpens iron, and these guys just get after it. Last time they played, 9 inning, they played a major league game, walk-off from Liam Coe. Martinsburg had Jameer Brown and Grant Henderson available that day. Today they won't have that opportunity, so Grant's going to have to take it on his own, but Grant's throwing the ball really well, come off of a great game against a really good team in Myrtle Beach, and they've lost 4 of the last 6, but been playing some good baseball and learning, growing up, as Coach Bowler said. On the other side, Washington, at any minute, they could turn it on with that talent in that lineup and just go on a tear. But for the moment, still trying to find themselves. Got a surprising loss against Musselman in a lot of people's minds. But, they come out and play. Woolham can shut guys down. There's pitching in every single one of these teams, and you're seeing when those pitching matchups show up, it's great games tonight. You're going to see another one with Grant and Connor Smith.
All right. Looks like they're going to get going a little early today. Let's go ahead and get you, after Tripp broke down the game really well for you, interviews brought by Tripp's Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Tripp's Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at trippsfloorsanding.com. We're here with Coach Byler of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach, you guys went down to Myrtle Beach during spring break. What can you tell us about the games you played down there, how you're feeling about the team coming back this week? Had a tough game against Spring Mills earlier in the week. Where do you guys think you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, at Myrtle, on night one, we played North Myrtle Beach, who's one of the best teams down there, and we had a 3-0 lead and very well should have and could have won that game. And then Conway got away from us a little bit. Waccamaw, we lost by 1 run in extras, and then we had a good showing against McClancy there to finish out the week. But, even though we went 1-3, I thought it was a good week. I thought we got better. I thought we saw some really good competition. And then, unfortunately, the other night against Spring Mills, we get a great pitching effort from Jameer and let 14 guys on base. And we got to put the ball in play a little bit more to give our pitchers a chance to get some victories, and we know that, and we're working on it.
What would you say are 1 or 2 key points that you're hitting with guys when it comes to putting the ball in play and just having better at-bats in general?
Well, I think, sometimes our approach lacks, and sometimes we're focused on too much of, what we're doing mechanically wrong, so to say, what they think they're doing mechanically wrong, as opposed to just having some grit, getting in there and putting the ball in play. Because, if you put the ball in play, you got a much better chance of getting on base than striking out. So we have to put pressure on the defense by making them field it and put the ball in play. So we worked on it, and hopefully it shows here tonight.
And lastly, I'll just ask about who you've got on the mound to start out tonight and what the message to him will be.
We got Grant Henderson going tonight. We got all the faith in the world in him. He always gives us a chance when we have him on the mound, and we believe we can win when he's out there, so we expect to win.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Dylan.
We're here with Coach Earl, the Washington Patriots. Coach, you guys were down at Myrtle Beach over spring break. How'd you feel about that trip, the games that were played down there, and how you guys have transitioned back into playing at home this week?
I think we played really well at the beach, especially hitting the ball. We played some really quality teams down there, beat a Carolina Forest team that's one of the better teams down there. Had one slip away the last game, or we would end up 3-1, but didn't work out that way. And then coming back home playing EPAC teams, you get no breaks, no rest. I mean, every team out here can play. Every game's close. So we're ready for another challenge tonight.
Musselman game earlier this week, guys couldn't quite get it. It was a tightly contested one. What do you take away from that game going into this one tonight?
Well, we got down 5-0 in the first inning, and our guys battled back all night long. Once again, we hit the ball well, played pretty good out in the field. Gakla came in and gave us some good innings, kept it close, but they beat us that night, so back at it again today.
All right, and finally, I'll just ask about Martinsburg tonight. It was a close one the first time. Who do you have on the mound tonight, and what's going to be your message to them against the Bulldogs?
We got Connor Smith on the mound. He's a workhorse for us. He usually goes pretty deep in the game, throws hard, likes to get guys out on high fastballs, a lot of fly balls. We have confidence in him, but we know we're facing Grant. Grant's one of the better pitchers in the EPAC, so we're expecting a good game tonight.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Tripp's Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at trippsfloorsanding.com.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion. If you've been hurt in a car accident, time is critical. You've got car repairs, legal deadlines, and medical treatment that can't wait. The sooner you call Mansion Injury Law, the sooner we can help you. Because memories fade, evidence gets lost, and photos can't be retaken. You only get one chance. Let us help you make things right. Get more with Mansion. Call 1-800-557-4LAW.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Wearing number 21 for the Bulldogs. He will be DH for by Green. Our first pitch brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. Connor Smith on the bump for Washington. Behind the plate is Robbie Lopez. That's the starting battery for Washington. Starting batteries are brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced and certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777. And the first pitch is in for a strike to Liam Coe.
Connor's on a 7-day rest. He last time he pitched against Louisville Varsity Lions down in Myrtle Beach, and then he threw 5 innings and gave up 8 hits. He gave up 8 runs, but only 5 were earned with 6 strikeouts. So he threw 91 pitches that day, so 7 days rest. He should be pretty well good to go here tonight.
1-1 after a ball to even things up. This will be in for strike 2.
Does a good job of getting on top of hitters. Big lefty up there on the mound. He likes his home mound here. Liam Coe worked his way to the top of the lineup here, middle of the season.
1-2, got him looking. Liam Coe down on strikes to start things out.
Never swung there. Took 3 pitches there, 3 out of the 4.
It's going to bring up Silas Zarnecki.
Probably the first time that Liam Coe's seen Connor Smith in his high school career. A lot of firsts for him this year.
Defense behind Connor Smith. We'll get that here after this first pitch to Zarnecki. High for a ball. It'll be Alex Danner at third. Gabe Schoen at short. Sven Dupree at second. Braden Edwards at first. And outfield left to right is James Moore, Jackson Earl, Landon Gockler, Robbie Lopez behind the plate. This one's also high for ball 2. Washington, blue pants, white jerseys, red lettering, and there's a swing and a miss for a strike. They got the blue sleeves, blue hats on tonight, the red, white, and blue logo. Martinsburg in the away orange with the gray pants. Next pitch to Zarnecki, taken low.
I'm not sure if they're wearing vest or jersey. Looks like a vest, but it certainly has that vest look.
It might be a vest there.
Good looking uniform there. White vest, blue sleeve, blue pants.
This pitch fouled off. Wanted to bounce over towards us. Fence stopped it from hitting trip. He would have caught it though.
Had a lot of spin on it.
That runs the count full. Zarnecki will take a time. Top of the first, brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home proudly serving the area since 1880. Payoff pitch from Smith. This is going to be cracked in the left center field. Going after it and not getting to it before it hits the ground is James Moore. It's going to be in the gap for a double with 1 out for Silas Zarnecki.
Yeah, Zarnecki did a great job on that pitch. Hung over the plate a little bit. He stayed back. He line drive it over his shortstop head into the left center gap there. Great job.
Number 27, Jameer Brown.
A little shake up in the lineup, giving Jameer a chance to get some RBIs here. Was leading off all year and had a home run there the other night. So going to bat him in the 3-hole here. Try to pick up some RBIs. Guys in front of him, on base guys, is starting.
First pitch to Jameer, taken for a strike.
Starting to see this Martinsburg lineup take shape here in the middle of the season with a couple young guys moving their way in. Zarnecki doing what he's been doing all year, this year and last year, just getting the ball in play and taking opportunities and getting on base.
Brown's going to hit this one. It was low. It's going to bounce in front of Dupree. He's going to make a play over to first. And the fact that it hung up in the air meant that Zarnecki had to wait to see that it was going to hit the ground. He couldn't advance.
Yeah, it was a ball. It was a fastball or off-speed pitch away. I couldn't tell. A kind of corkscrewed swing from Jameer. He got it up in the air, hit that dirt out there. I thought it was going to be caught in the air, but it just kind of died. Didn't have much exit velo, and going to put it in the hands of Domenico here with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs.
Lefty versus lefty. Domenico is going to foul off the first pitch. Domenico in the cleanup spot.
Heard Coach Ballard talking about the Spring Mills game where Martinsburg left 14 men on base, so I'm sure they'd love to get Zarnecki in here with a 2-out hit. When you leave men on base, that means a lot.
Smith out of the stretch. This one bounces, gets away from Lopez. That's going to let Zarnecki move up to third.
When you leave 14 men on base, that means there's a lot of 2 outs. You don't get many 2-out hits.
They need one right now. Domenico could reach base, but they want to get that run in. Somebody's going to have to drive him in.
Keith Allison behind the plate and Jeff King. Our umpires are sponsored by Miller's Ophthalmology.
This next pitch high for a ball. 2-1 count now. Grant Henderson, pitcher for Martinsburg tonight, will wait on deck. 2-1. That's going to be hit up and foul over the concession stand. Zarnecki on third.
Lefty on lefty here.
Bulldogs trying to pull ahead early. Something they couldn't do in that first matchup against Washington. They got it done in the end. This is grounded. 2 bounces and off the glove of Alex Danner at third. Zarnecki scores on the error.
Yeah, it was a one hopper. He coming over to cut it off like he had the play on it and didn't get it quite in the glove. You see Washington during the warm-ups there, they had a little trouble with some of their IO, infield, outfield. A little bit of that kind of carries over sometimes into your main game, into the game after if you have a struggle in IO a little bit, you get a couple bad hops. But there it looks like it just got away from Danner.
Henderson steps in. First pitch from Smith is a fastball high and outside.
Yeah, the last time Washington took a pretty commanding lead before Martinsburg scored a run. They were up 6-1 there in the third before Martinsburg started to change things around.
Next pitch is going to be low, out of the zone again. 2-0 count. So Smith trying to get into his rhythm, has given up a run. He just needs 1 out to get out of it. That 2-0, Henderson leans out of the way, and it is, in fact, out of the zone for ball 3.
Certainly as Connor Smith has grown and matured and senior this year, his body language on the mound is really good. He's cleaning that up, and when you're young and you break into the league early like he did as a varsity player, you still have a little bit of that in you, but he's really matured on the mound, showing a great mound presence even after the error.
3-0, had a automatic strike for 3-1, and then ball 4 comes across. Grant Henderson will move down to first base. Puts runners on first and second now with 2 outs.
I get Earhart, isn't it?
Courtesy runner number 2, Drew Earhart.
You're right, Drew Earhart.
Now batting number
Earhart
9,
running for the pitcher. Connor Smith didn't like that. That 3-1 pitch got away from him. Wasn't competitive. He is a competitor out there, that's for sure. I'm not taking that away from him, but his mound presence after the errors was great, and he just dug in, and he didn't want to give up that 2-out walk there, but got away from him a little bit, see if he can regain composure here and find a strike.
First pitch to Bradley Loper gets across.
Lefty on lefty.
Braden Fox is on deck. If it continues, Loper's going to pop this one out of play.
We're kind of in the beautiful weather. The sun's kind of down, or at least behind clouds or something at the moment. We got like a little twilight thing going on.
Golden hour approaching from the sun's back behind us. Yep. 0-2, swing and a miss by Loper for strike 3. Martinsburg will leave 2 runners on base, but they get one across on an error in the infield. The Bulldogs lead to 1-0 after half an inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Washington will have their first time up at the plate. This is EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
First inning brought to you by Century 21 Modern Realty Results. The Larry DeMarco team looking for a home in the tri-state area. Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-263-4222 or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. Washington already behind the ball. 1 run given up in the top of the first inning means that as Grant Henderson pitches to Braden Fox, starting battery for Martinsburg, they'll be down a run. Their lineup goes like this. In the leadoff spot, number 4, second baseman Sven Dupree. And it's the pitcher, Connor Smith, number 23 in the 2 spot. Braden Edwards wears number 24, plays first base, hits third. In the cleanup spot, it's DH number 16, Marshall Derrick. Hitting 5th is catcher number 19, Robbie Lopez. And it's Alex Danner at third base wearing number 17. Gabe Schoen hits 7th, shortstop number 3. In the 8th spot, it's number 7, Jackson Earl, the center fielder. And the right fielder, number 8, Landon Gockler, rounds out the lineup. And James Moore will be the one DH'd for, wearing number 1, playing left field.
Yep.
Grant Henderson.
A tough lineup to get through here, Grant. Second game of the year, cold night out there. They caught Grant on not one of his better nights. Took advantage of it. Luckily, Martinsburg had another ace in the hole there with Jameer Brown the last time, and he came in and pitched about, I think, 5 or at least 5 scoreless innings to give Martinsburg a chance for Liam Coe to walk it off. But look for Grant Henderson to remember that night, and he wanted the ball tonight, so see what he can do.
First pitch swing, that's going to be over there. It's going to be a play attempt made, and it looks like that's just going to land foul.
Yeah, everybody hustled. Even Braden Fox made it out to third base, so everybody was getting after it. As we had the outfielder getting after it, and who's out there? Clayton Elliott?
That's Brody Robinson and left. Yeah, I will get you the defense.
It looks like it was a scratch because that's Elliott.
I think you're right there, Tripp. And the lineup that we have here, it's Brody Robinson listed as left fielder, but I do think that's Clayton Elliott out there. Here's the next pitch from Henderson. That's going to be outside and low. So let's take that into account while we give you the starting defense for the Bulldogs. It's Elliott, Coe, and Domenico from left to right in the outfield as the next pitch comes in low. And in the infield from third to first, it's Zarnecki, Jameer Brown, Deion Fisher, Bradley Loper. Henderson on the mound, Fox behind the plate. Next pitch, across the plate, looked at for a strike.
A little curveball broke in and low on his knees there for strike 2. Keith Allison followed it in, called it strike 2.
And there's a big strikeout as Dupree kind of just reached out for that one. Couldn't get it.
Caught him off guard with that changeup there. So great pitch there by Grant, as he was sure he was looking at it for a fastball there on that count. But great pitch off the plate there. He offered for it.
First pitch to Connor Smith, breaking ball. He's going to foul that one off.
Washington went down Myrtle Beach and hit a good many big flies down there. Connor Smith had one. Dupree had a couple. Edwards had a couple. Marshall Derrick had a couple. They're probably the most offensive team in the EPAC.
And here's some offense. Base hit in the right field. Connor Smith easy single with one out to put a runner on.
Yeah, Connor's a tough out. I mean, it's left-handed from the left-handed side. Matches up well with the right-handers. Connor, Edwards, and Marshall Derrick have put a lot of RBIs. We get a runner for Connor Smith here. Number 12.
Carter Merritt.
Courtesy runner number 12, Carter Merritt.
That's going to bring up big left-hander, Braden Edwards.
Edwards in the signature pink cleats.
Got the pink trim on those batting gloves and the elbow pad as well. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch of the at-bat.
Two guys that know each other really well, as Edwards had caught many of innings that Grant has thrown.
Henderson from the stretch. It's another swing and a miss, but it bounces away from Fox. Merritt's going to be able to just pull up, standing up at second base.
Hey, Merritt got a late jump there. First off, Fox might cut it loose. I don't know if he didn't read it or didn't see it from that angle, but it definitely got far away. But Merritt was a little slow taking off when he did. He got in there standing up, but Fox did think about it.
Henderson with a look back at second. Now to the plate. That's going to bounce. This time Fox able to grab it.
Yeah, the last time they played, Henderson, he got ahead, forced some fastballs in there, and try to force some fastballs in with 2 strike counts. You see this time now with 2 strikes, he's been a little more fishing around the plate a little bit, maybe staying off the middle of the plate.
1-2 count. Edwards didn't like how long Henderson was taking there. He's going to take time.
That generally doesn't happen with Henderson. You need to get in there because
Yeah.
he generally goes. But maybe it's a little bit of gamemanship on both sides here.
Henderson, the 1-2. Blew it by him. Strikeout swinging.
Mm-hmm. Big pitch there, big spot. Edwards a dangerous bat there, man on second base.
So there's now 2 outs with this runner on second base. Marshall Derrick in the cleanup spot. Will try to drive that runner home and even things up, or with one swing of the bat, take the lead. This is one swing of the bat right at Silas Zarnecki. One hop, throw to first, and that's out number 3. So the runner is left on. That's a G5-3 to end the inning. 1 left on for Washington. That means we'll go to the top of the second. Bulldogs still lead the Patriots 1-0. We'll take 60 seconds. Come back with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Top of the second inning, brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit BurkeandSchultz.com. We play hardball. 2 strikeouts in that last half inning for Grant Henderson. We go to the second. Martinsburg back up to the plate. They will start 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Get their first at-bats. Fox, Green, and Clayton Elliott.
25 pitches, 15 for strikes from Connor Smith the first inning. Book-ended strikeouts would start the inning. To end the inning, in between, he had a double off of him and an E5. They got the run on across the board, so no earned runs. Here he is facing the 7, 8, and 9 spots in Martinsburg's lineup.
First pitch to Fox was taken for a strike. Next pitch, high for ball 1.
Martinsburg coming in with a 10-6 record. Washington 9-6.
This next pitch to Fox, that's going to be high as well. Make it 2-1.
Martinsburg has 2 victories in the EPAC, one over Washington, one over Musselman, and Washington with only 1 EPAC victory over Spring Mills.
And this is going to be hit high in the air, but pretty shallow. It looks like right fielder Landon Gockler runs in and is able to make the catch. Quick 1 out for Washington in the second.
Now batting number 23.
Sitting on a 2-1 fastball. I think he got his pitch. He just got under it a little bit there.
Malachi Green is going to swing at the first pitch, and his first at-bat, but it looks like it's right at Jackson Earl, ranging a little bit over to his left and making the play for out number 2.
It had a little bit of velo on it when it left the bat, but it died pretty quick out there. Got it off the end a little bit, so 2 quick outs here. Here comes Clayton Elliott to the plate, left fielder.
Elliott, late addition to the lineup. When we first got the lineup card handed to us, it was Brody Robinson in left field. First pitch taken for a strike.
Clayton been pitching really well for Martinsburg and playing some left field, platooning a little bit there with Brody, keeping that arm nice and sharp.
He's going to swing at the 0-1, fouled away.
Fastball, he was on it.
Smith working well through the bottom part of the order here. Long windup and the pitch. That's going to be fouled away. Elliott stays alive.
Pitch was away. He come up and held it there for a second to try to throw Elliott off a little. Had Elliott out front.
Another 0-2 for Smith as everybody is ready again. Wind up the pitch. That's going to come in low. Try to get Elliott to chase.
Elliott just a sophomore. Probably wasn't for sure what his role is going to be this year with the Bulldogs, whether it be JV or setting some innings for the varsity, but he's been contributing and he's been a vital part of the pitching staff and a great part of the defense.
1-2 is going to be high. Bring the count even, 2-2.
Been hot and cold with the bat, but that's kind of what happens when you're a sophomore. You know, you have great days when you're feeling it, and other days you feel like you're out, man. But he'll mature through this, getting some good quality at bats early in the season.
And again, 2-2.
That was a big league take there. That was a curveball that fell off the table. So good at bat here for Elliott.
Good eye lay off that one.
Great pitch by Smith.
Payoff pitch. That one's low out of the zone again. Elliott battles back from 0-2, draws a walk.
Yeah, great at bat there. Smith didn't like that he give up that 2-out walk, and understandably there. But
now batting number 7, Liam Coe.
It was a great take there by Elliott on the 2-2 curveball because it looked like it was going down the gut and dropped off.
So that's a 2-out base runner for Martinsburg after 2 straight flyouts. 1 to right, 1 to center. Here's a strike. Start the second at bat for Liam Coe. He started the game with a strikeout looking.
Lefty on the mound. 2 outs. Doubt you see much movement out of the runner, but
Smith does make a pickoff move.
Coach Baller from Martinsburg will call out some signs, try to make sure Connor Smith is paying attention over there, trying to get under his skin a little bit. Quick pitch there. Might have balked on that one. Come quick to the plate.
I wouldn't call, but it's outside of the zone for a ball.
Get away with it. It's a good pitch. But he certainly didn't mess around come and set too much. So a little bit of gamesmanship.
Runner goes. Hit and run attempt. Swing and a miss. Throw down in time. Robbie Lopez catches Elliott trying to steal second base. That ends the inning. So that's 1 walk, leading to nothing for the Bulldogs. We'll take 60 seconds. Come back with Martinsburg still in the lead 1-0 over Washington. This is EPAC Baseball, Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
We move to the bottom of the second. Brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect. Offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Robbie Lopez will step up to the plate for his first at-bat.
Robbie threw runner out there, threw out Clayton Elliott to end that threat last inning.
First pitch inside for the ball.
Eats a lot of innings up here for Washington behind the plate.
Anderson, big wind-up pitch. That's foul tipped into the glove for a strike.
Batting in the 5 spot here for Washington. A lot of offense in this lineup, including Robbie, who's signed to play baseball at Salem this year.
Next pitch out of the zone.
We got lots of college commits out there. Jameer and Brown and Grant both going to play for the EPAC this year.
And here's another one. Swung at, foul tipped into the glove. Makes it 1-2.
Spen and Edwards both have big offers from a couple different colleges. Pot State being some of the.
And that one's inside. Did not go around. Did Lopez.
Connor's got an offer. Connor Smith offers, and just a lot of talent here that's going to take their game to the next level.
And payoff pitch outside, ball 4. Lopez able to draw a leadoff walk.
Danner coming to the plate at a big grand slam in that Musselman game in the loss there, but big hit. They were down 5-0. Changed the whole complexion of that game and give Washington a chance as Trace Huff's going to courtesy run for the catcher.
Alex Danner playing third base will step in. Anderson back to the stretch. First pitch, low and away. In the dirt on that breaking ball.
Danner throwing the ball really well this year for Washington. Coming over from Jefferson. Getting a chance here to play some defense.
Pick off. Goes away. Thrown away past Loper. So Trace Huff's going to be able to move up to second.
Left-handed first baseman over there is Loper, and the ball just went up the first baseline and got away from him. Tough play for him. So probably going to be an error on the pitcher on that one, but we don't have any really good view of exactly where it was when it got through.
Next pitch at the knees, called a strike.
Yeah, nice fastball down low on the outer half. Unhittable pitch, really. Can't do much with that. Great pitch by Grant there after that.
Henderson back to the plate again. This will be fouled away. Dylan Bishop and Trip Tobin with you on the call. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Kyler High producing back at the studio. Colton Musgrove producing on site. Ethan Elliott running the cameras. Here's the next pitch. And just laying off of it is Alex Danner. Henderson tried to get that on the outside corner.
Yeah, nice slider there. I thought he had it. Tough pitch there. A great take there by Danner.
2-2 count. Back to Henderson. And this is going to be hit into left field. Bouncing in front of Elliott for a base hit. Coming home. Waved home. And no play at the plate. Huff scores. And the Patriots tie us up at 1 apiece.
Like he might have had an opportunity there. Did Zarnicki? Maybe didn't hear Braden Fox calling for the ball, but I think a good relay would have been a tight play at the plate. He immediately turned and looked for Danner, so miscommunication maybe there on defense as to what, Zarnicki has his back to the base runner, so he has to hear from his fielders what to do with the baseball, but he clearly picked it up and looked right at Danner, didn't even consider coming home, so he either didn't get the call or he didn't hear the call. Big hit by Danner as he continues to rack up some RBIs.
Absolutely. That brings up Gabe Schoen. So now it's 1-1. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner on first and no outs. Strike taken.
Didn't get that two-strike slider. Come up with a fastball up on Danner, and he stayed with it, drove it over the shortstop's head into left field for a base hit and RBI.
A runner goes before the pitch. Henderson down. Looks like it's in time, and it is. And boy, just tried to time it up over there, did Danner, and
he just about
couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, he just about had it. Now looks like Danner might have some dirt in his eye, maybe. Field's pretty dusty here. Hadn't had rain in a little while. Had a lot of rain out there at Hedgesville Jefferson game Tuesday night, but nothing on this end of the county, so pretty dusty out there. But Danner took off and just about had that base stolen. If the defense was yelling, step off, he turned to look at first to see where Danner was. He's already passed where the second baseman plays. He had to wheel and turn, and it was a close play at second as Danner just about took that bag.
Henderson, next pitch, that's going to be fouled away.
Washington will swing the bat, and they'll run. They are an offensive-minded team. They're one of the toughest teams to pitch to in the EPAC. Not a lot of holes in the lineup.
And this is going to be hit softly on the ground right at Grant Henderson, hit off his glove, and then the throw to first thrown away. So Schoen's going to get to second base.
Corkscrewed off the bat. Nothing Grant could do about it there. Grass infield. It came up and had a lot of spin on it, rolled off his glove, kicked to third base. Out he picked it up, stayed down like a bunt play, just turned, wheeled through to first, and it was kind of on line with just as the base runner was coming. And Loper, he couldn't get around the base runner as it went on the other side of the line there. So a couple of hard luck errors this inning.
So now Jackson Earl. He's going to take the first pitch. First strike here, actually.
Earl working his way back in the lineup. The arm's been a little sore, and trying to get him healthy. I'm sure they are for a late run here.
Next pitch out of the zone. I have Jackson Earl down as number 7, Trip. We look down at our lineup here. Number 2, Camden Coleman is what he's listed as.
Yeah.
Next pitch in for a strike. This was Jackson Earl's spot in the lineup.
It is Camden. That's Camden hitting. Yeah, I can see him now. I can see the tattoo on the arm.
It's not Landon Gockler in the on-deck circle either. It's number 21. This is hit on the ground over to Dayon Fisher and thrown to first for the out. That's out number 2. Schoen moves up to third base.
Don't even have a 21.
They hear with the press?
Landon Gockler.
So is it just Gockler wearing number 21 tonight?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it looks like Earl has been taken out of the game for Camden Coleman.
This is first pitch swing, and it's going to be popped up right to Jameer Brown, a little over to his right, and he's got it. And that's going to retire the side. Runner stranded on third base. We go to the third inning, and it's 1-1 now. Patriots even things up. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Top of the third inning, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Washington back into the field. It's 1-1, evened up now. After Grant Henderson let a run come across for the Bulldogs. So now, after the caught stealing at the end of the last inning for Martinsburg, it's the top of the lineup, Liam Coe. First pitch to him, outside for a ball. And Coe's going to swing at this one, kind of just stabbed at it low and popped it up. Gabe Schoen ranged over and made the play.
The only hit Martinsburg has coming to the plate here in the form of Sarlis Zarnecki.
Yep, you had two walks drawn by Henderson and Elliott. Elliott was caught stealing, but yeah, that's it. Zarnecki was able to come around and score on an infield error after that double.
Yeah, now it appears that Trace Huff is in for Danner because he's playing third now after running.
You're right.
And Danner got some bunch of dirt in his eye there, I think, and maybe they're over there trying to clean it out. I'm not sure. I don't see him. So now we have Jackson Earl over. It's like he's struggling with a little bit of arm pain, and Danner's over there somewhere.
0-2 is the count. Now the next pitch over for ball one.
We're gonna empty the benches tonight.
Yeah. That's already more, I think, from the bench than we were expecting from Washington. But probably more than they were expecting, too. 1-2. Swung through big time by Connor Smith, and he's feeling himself after that one.
He come hopping off the mound on there. I don't know if he kind of got caught, his foot got caught up there, or if he was just having a little celebration afterwards. But he hopped off. Maybe it's the music, the 80s hip-hop music, right? The camera guys are all singing to it. They must know all the words.
It's been a big 90s rap night here. This first pitch to Jameer Henderson. Ball in the dirt.
Jameer's been one of the, if not the best hitter on this team. Great leader in Jameer. One of the reasons why Martinsburg is 9-6 as he takes a strike there on the inside is his leadership. Him and Henderson have kept those guys in the games, and Liam Coe and Loper as he takes a big cut there, and Elliott. That coach staff. That pitching staff's been done really well. As Connor Smith's got Jameer in the hole here, 1-2 count.
0-2, 2 outs. Smith working quickly this inning. This is fouled off of the leg of Jameer Brown. He's going to have to walk this one off.
Yeah, he caught it off the leg there. It's a 1-2 pitch. Did get one ball to get through for a ball.
Brown grounded out to second base.
Congratulations to Kyle West. Got his first MLB home run the other day in A-ball, so big congrats to him. Chase still continues to lead a lot of offensive factors for the Guardians, Chase DeLauder. So
they're playing the Orioles now.
Playing the Orioles right now, yeah. Winning 3-0.
1-2. It's going to be outside for ball 2. Got a message from Colin McLaughlin a little earlier and was like, did you guys know Chase DeLauder's walk-up song is Country Roads?
So, yeah, we knew.
Here's the 2-2 from Smith. Called strike 3. Jameer Brown frozen by the off-speed pitch. Connor Smith's 4th strikeout ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, still 1-1. Take 60 seconds, come back for more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Bottom of the 3rd from Washington High School's campus, the baseball field in Charlestown. It's the bottom of the 3rd. It's 1-1. Bottom 3rd brought to you by Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery. Attention to detail like no other. Visit dignitymemorial.com. Dylan Bishop and Trip Tobin with you on the call. Colton Musgrove, Ethan Elliott, our production team, broadcast team, here on site today. Kyler High back at the studio. It's a good one so far. Pitching duel between Connor Smith and Grant Henderson. A couple miscues here and there to let the teams get one run across, but Sven Dupree, top of the lineup for Washington, will try to have more success this time through.
Yes, Finn struck out the first time on an off-speed pitch off the plate, and he's not an easy one to strike out there in leadoff spot here for Washington.
First pitch swinging. This is going to be on the ground. Fisher is going to have to, I thought he was going to have to eat it, but it just popped through his arm, it looked like, above the glove, and goes into center field.
Yeah, he did make it over there to square it up, but he just took a little bit of a hop there at the end and got up over his glove in between his glove in his midsection there and just skirted out into the outfield for a leadoff base runner here for Washington.
Brings up Connor Smith to the plate. He's going to take the first pitch, hit it on the ground over to short. Jameer Brown dives, can't get it. It trickles into center field for a single.
Off the bat, I thought it was going to be a double play. I thought Jameer might pick it up and take it himself, but it picked up a little speed there and took off. The ground's a little hard down here. Pretty dusty and getting some crazy hops here a little bit, but both teams are dealing with it. So right now, Washington taking advantage of a little bit of a hard field and getting the ball in play, which is what you have to do at the high school baseball level, is get the ball in play and see what happens. A couple singles here to lead it off, a single and an E4. Men on first and second.
Big cut. Nothing doing on it for Braden Edwards, his first pitch of his second at-bat.
Washington couldn't want to be couldn't ask for a better situation here with men on first, second, nobody out, and they're meet their lineup up.
Edwards can do some damage. This next pitch will bounce away from Fox, and both runners are going to be able to advance.
Number 12 is in there. Carter Merritt once again running for. That's going to intentionally walk him now that there's men on second and third. Good, load the bases.
We've seen the damage that Edwards can do.
So Edwards, after the after the wild pitch, Burners move up to second and third. Carter Merritt running for Connor Smith. Left first base open, so they'll just walk Edwards and pull the corners in, move the middle back, and try for a double play.
First pitch fouled away. Marshall Derrick
looking to try to make them pay. Moving up here and skipping over Edwards to get to him, but it's really nothing to do with the respect to one player or the other. It's just what baseball dictates. It's the thing to do at that part of the game.
Could have forced on any base. Next pitch, low, breaks out of the zone. Henderson back to the windup. This pitch taken for a strike.
Well, it is respect for Edwards, put it to you that way, but
yeah,
it's respect for the game as well, and it's a gamesmanship. Edwards can do a lot of damage, and the base was open, so.
Next pitch to Derrick. That's going to be into center field. One run will score. Second one's going to be waved home. Play at the plate, not in time. Throws late. Washington with 2 up on the board gives themselves a 3-1 lead in the third.
Yeah, tough spot in the lineup for Grant Henderson to get the first 2 guys to get on, and then have to deal with Edwards and Marshall Derrick, who's just been tearing the cover off the ball. Now you got men on first and second. Robbie Lopez up, still nobody out, and a 2-run lead here for Washington. It's going to be a big inning here. Might be a make it or break it inning here for Martinsburg, and Washington looking to tear it open.
Next pitch to Robbie Lopez. Taken for a ball.
Edwards on second. Marshall Derrick.
Lopez, his first at-bat, drew a walk to start the second inning. He came around, his courtesy runner came around and scored. Strike taken on this one. Henderson from the stretch again. Low ball 2.
He worked his pitches there. That was a curveball that time that fell off the table outside. Good take by Robbie. 2-1 pitch here. Grant's got to be careful. Needs a big out. Lopez looking to blow this inning open as he
squaring to bunt. Has to pull it back because it's up by his head.
Yeah, that ball come in. He squares. Going to move some guys over. 2-1 pitch, expecting a fastball. He got one, but not over the plate. So now a 3-1 pitch. Probably square around again if I'm Washington, maybe. If I'm Lopez, I'd be a little nervous.
Right. Here's another one that's up, and that was with 3 balls, and that's outside of the zone, too. Another walk drawn by Lopez.
Bring Huff up in Danner's spot. So we're going to get a runner for Lopez. This time it'll have to be Cam Burdick since Trace Huff is now in the game.
Yeah.
Huff been struggling a little bit as late. He was an unbelievable contact hitter, gap-to-gap guy for the senior Legion team last year, and he's hit a little bit of a mental clip here, I think. I think it's certainly nothing physical. He's just seeing the ball just like he'd like to, and needs a couple good stat games to get him going again here. But here's an opportunity with coming in, bases loaded, an opportunity to really put this team on his shoulders here and show them he's still got it, and kind of break that mental lapse he's having here, a little bit of a mental block maybe. But talked to him before the game and said fielding the ball well, just not seeing it all that well, and just yet. And I think he just mentally at least needs a little more confidence.
And this one is going to go foul on a bunt attempt. The base is loaded.
They went for the squeeze. He got the ball up in the air. Luckily, Zarnecki was way down the line. If not, that's a double play because he actually popped it over Zarnecki's head. So they were squeezing there with the lefty, and so So it shows you the respect they have for Grant Henderson. They're going to try to get every run they can out of this inning.
Bases are loaded with no outs. Patriots have a 2-run lead they've gotten in this inning. Henderson takes his time up on the mound. And too much time. Huff is not going to let him dictate that pace. He's going to call the time. And now quickly after the time, outside just barely for a ball.
Hey, when the batter calls time on Grant, he stays there, and that way as soon as he walks in, he's ready. So he's already in the set position.
Quickly he goes again. This one fouled off down the third base side.
Looks like Trace seeing the ball pretty well there. Again, Grant knows his offensive capabilities, even though he's had a little bit of a slump there, but can break out at any time.
Breaking ball. It's going to be hit softly on the ground just past the glove of Henderson. Fisher is going to make the play at first, but that was the only play. Braden Edwards comes across to score.
Yeah, bases loaded. You got to get 2 strikes. You got to get the ball in play. Trace did a good job there, and nothing Grant can do about it. He got soft contact, and the run came across there. Now you got men on second and third, and you got 1 out, so you still got an opportunity to put a big number on the board this inning.
33 across. 1 out, still 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch strike taken by Gabe Schoen. His first at-bat, soft grounder to Grant Henderson, popped off of his glove. He tried to throw it to first, and he threw it away. This pitch in for strike. Quick 0-2 recovery for Henderson. Time called just before the pitch. Henderson even threw it to the plate.
Yeah, he called late, so he had to go. Couldn't hold up there. And
back in the box. Henderson. Long wait. Now the throw. And this is going to be hit into center field. It's going to drop in front of Coe. 1 run scores. Second run's going to be held up at third. Marshall Derrick is across to make it 5-1 Patriots.
Yeah, man, on first and third. Stayed up a little bit. Coe was out there. Didn't allow Merritt to get a big jump on it. He hasn't seen the ball too well from the bases here today, but there he kind of held up and then couldn't do much about it when it hit the ground. He took off for third and had to be held as the relay got in quickly. So first and third here, and you got Camden Cole who's entered the game for Jackson Earl here in the 9 spot. Excuse me, the 8 spot, I believe.
Yep, in the 8 spot. Got Gockler on deck. And it's another bunt shown, taken back by Coleman.
First and third, you got both. You got the first baseman back. You've got the third baseman following the runner down the line. So you get the ball down the first baseline, you got a chance to push another run across.
Showing bunt again. He's going to pull it back, but this time it's across for a strike.
About not making an error there and trying to get it back to home possibly. Just bunting with first and third is a lot of people just steal second, but it's a good. Just leave the guys on first and third, bunt, and force the defense to make some plays.
1-2 with 1 out. Runners on the corners. Henderson is going to be hit on the ground and over the glove of Zarnecki, who is in. 1 run scores. And down the line it goes. Took a minute for Elliott to get there. That means it's going to be a double for Camden Coleman. Just barely bounced it over the head of Zarnecki because he was in watching for the bunt.
Yeah, he come in, they pulled him in, and there you go. You see what happens. It drew the defense in, and he bounced it over him. So hard, again, not a tough play there, tough luck for Grant, who's thrown the ball really well. Just hasn't got the results here. Everything going Washington's way. Sort of deja vu of the first game, 6-1 in the third, exactly where we were. It ended up a Martinsburg win, so don't count anybody out just yet.
It sure did. This pitch is across for a strike. Now, difference from here on out will be that Martinsburg won't have Jameer Brown available.
Won't have the big closer, huh?
He pitched a gem on Tuesday, but it went 9 innings, and Spring Mills got the win over the Bulldogs. His next pitch is in for a strike.
Grant's already up to 60 pitches here coming in.
And this is a drop third strike. And Gockler is going to be able to get there, and so is the run across home because it dribbled away.
I think they're calling it a foul ball.
Oh, okay.
I think Grant knew it was a foul ball. He never left the mound, and he kind of said foul ball, but everybody took off trying to fool umpire behind the plate, Keith Allison, but I think he hurt his eyesight's a little messed up, but his hearing's still good, luckily for Martinsburg, right? Keith's been a great umpire for the EPAC over the years, and we appreciate the job him and Jeff do here and doing here tonight.
Next pitch from Henderson, called strike 3. Gockler goes down looking. It's a third strikeout for Grant Henderson.
Big strikeout there. It's been on second and third to get the ball in play. You probably get another run because the defense was back. Not much they could do, but they were kind of midway. Trying to trust their arms there. They weren't completely back, but they weren't up on the grass either. So you get the ball in play there, not strike out, you probably got a chance to get a run.
And this is going to be hit right up the middle. Base hit, another run scores. Second one across the plate, waved home from second base. And the game has really gotten away from Grant Henderson here so far. It's 8-1 Washington.
7-run inning. They're batting around here, looks like.
Sven Dupree
must have broke a record or something. They must have a record as they're taking that ball and putting it in the trophy case, right. It looks like. Wasn't his first hit, that's for sure.
That's for sure, yeah.
He does a great job driving the ball right back through the box. If you're playing him, you're tempted to put the shortstop and the second baseman holding hands there behind second because he drives the ball back up the middle, very well, right back through the box, and just did a good job there sitting on a fastball early and driving it.
First pitch to Connor Smith is the ball outside. And the next pitch will be close to the same spot, but this time it hits the zone for a strike.
Grant played all through many summers with these guys up from the 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade on, I believe.
And Smith gets a hold of this one. Domenico in right field is going to have to go back. He's going to have to watch it hit off the wall. He's going to try to play it. And going all the way home from first base is Sven Dupree. No play at the plate. It's an RBI double for Connor Smith, and it's 9-1.
Yeah, when this team gets a swing in the bat, there's just a lot of offense in this lineup. Again, Grant Henderson's an unbelievable pitcher, so that tells you, these guys hitting the ball pretty well. I think they're just going to walk Edwards again with first base open. So they'll just walk Edwards, intentionally walk him, and go for Marshall Derrick once again this inning. 2 intentional walks in this inning for Edwards. They're not going to give him a chance to swing the bat.
Well, that intentional walk didn't work out earlier in the inning because Marshall Derrick hit a single for 2 RBIs. This first pitch is in for a strike. Derrick working with just a runner on first base this time, though, instead of the bases loaded. Check swing, Derrick doesn't go around.
Great job by Fox there blocking that pitch up there. That's a tough slider there, sliding away in the dirt. Tough play there.
May have misspoke. There's runners on first and second here with 2 outs. 9-1. And here's a pickoff attempt made second base. Good try at it, but back in time. So next time Connor Smith goes to the mound, he's going to have a whole lot of insurance to work with. And I think this time, no. Connor Smith was called off guard on the pickoff attempt, but he must have gotten his hand in there.
It's the runner.
You're right.
It's a runner. Sorry about that.
Courtesy runner.
Yeah,
for the pitcher. You're right.
Is it Merritt again, I think?
I would think so. Next pitch, in for a strike.
Trying to get an out there without having to face Marshall Derrick. Like I said earlier in this broadcast, Derrick's been tearing the cover off the ball. A couple home runs there down at the beach, I believe, and definitely one. This team's just starting. Their offense is really starting to click, and to be able to put some runs up on the board against a pitcher as as good as Grant is, it just shows that they're the way they attack the baseball.
Washington leads 9-1, and they're going to call that strike 3, say that he went around, says the home plate umpire. Marshall Derrick goes down swinging and finally ends the inning, but Washington, 8 runs come across. They now lead 9-1 as we go to the 4th. We'll take 60 seconds, come back with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mother Shuckers. Fresh Florida stone crab straight from the boat to your throat. Blue crabs, king, snow, Dutchness, all available year-round. Try and find that anywhere else around here. Homemade soup specials every day. Mother Shuckers is located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Mother Shuckers, we have an opinion. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Come on over to Mother Shuckers.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control 4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We move to the top of the 4th on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Martinsburg, after that last half inning, has a lot of work to do. They now trail 9-1 after the Washington Patriots had an 8-run inning in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch swinging is Domenico, but he pops it up right around the foul territory. But in fair territory, first baseman Braden Edwards is able to make the play.
Yep, you're down to 8 runs there. You're probably looking for your pitch early there, just got under it. Might need to take a few pitches here to try to get back in the game, but sometimes the very first pitch is the best pitch.
And it's quite jarring to move over my scorebook from one side to the other. Connor Smith has given up 1 hit and 2 walks, and that's it. And Grant Henderson's going to pop this one up. Robbie Lopez takes off the mask, looking for it, makes the play. He has to go to a knee, but he got it. 2 quick outs.
Yeah, just certainly not the inning that Martinsburg was hoping for. To get something started here, they needed to chip away at that lead, and they got 2 pitch, 2 outs. So certainly not what the doctor ordered there. But you get down like 9-1, whatever you could do. A couple different ways to look at it. You take some pitches and try to get back in, maybe get a walk or what have you. But Connor Smith's been pretty sharp. Or you can try to hunt a fastball, knowing that he's up 8-1, thinking he'll throw you some fastballs down the middle and just try to get on top. Try to drive the ball maybe as he throws a strike there at the Loper, and try to drive the ball, and try to put some fire in the dugout. But Loper was forced to take there. You can't swing 3 times in a row.
And the 0-1 taken for strike 2.
But yeah, Martinsburg needs to get that candle lit somehow. So
0-2. This is going to be hit on the ground. Weird hop, and Edwards tried to barehand it. It hit off his hand and into right field for a single. If he uses his glove there, he might be able to get it. Yeah. But it was a screamer.
Yeah, we've seen some hops here today that been tough hops that looked like it was going to go to the Edwards glove side, left or right-handed glove side, but it kicked back into the field of play, and he had to kind of throw his right hand bare hand up. And
would have been a really impressive bare hand.
It would have been an impressive play, but gets into the outfield. Martinsburg does get a little bit of something here with 2 outs.
First pitch to Braden Fox. Going to hit off the glove of Lopez, but stick right by him for a ball. Smith out of the stretch. That one's going to be high for ball 2.
Seeing what the Washington can do here, and then you still have Danner, who's hit the grand slam the other night, not playing. You still have Jackson Earl, who hasn't thrown an inning this year, who was one of the best pitchers in EPAC last year. So, if they get healthy, they have a roster and a lineup that can do some real damage to some really good pitching and some good teams.
It's a 3-0 count to Fox, and he's going to be able to watch ball 4 come across, 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, third time that in 4 innings that got a 2-out walk. We're going to get a runner here, number 8. I think Tomlinson for the catcher.
That's right, and that was pitch 61 for Connor Smith.
Now batting number 23, Malachi Green.
And Malachi Green started off the year on fire, and he was just hitting doubles off the wall. And of course, as anybody, he'd cool down a little bit, but he could do some damage right here and maybe put some fire in this dugout. I just seen Connor Smith was a little smarter there with that pitch, threw it down and away, not grooving him a fastball with men on first and second, now being a little smarter with his pitches. Not trying to give Martinsburg any hope.
Green flew out to center field, first time up. This is going to be popped up right behind us. Foul ball, and makes it 1-1.
After 2 quick outs and 2 pitches, Martinsburg has fault here with a base hit by Loper and a walk by Fox. Tomlinson's on the bases for the catcher.
And this fastball is going to be low, maybe a bit outside. Makes it 3-1. Smith again. This is going to be fouled just barely by Green. That runs the count to 2-2, actually.
Robbie took it off the finger, I think. So Keith House is going to run it out. A little courtesy for the catcher. Give Robbie Lopez a chance to gather himself. Going to give the count to Malachi Green on the way by. So good job there by Keith, working with these 2 young men.
Smith's 2-2. That one's going to be low.
Yeah, I thought it was 3.
Okay, there you go.
No, it's 2-2, yeah, isn't it?
I think Green might have also looked up at the scoreboard when it said there was 3 balls.
3-2, yeah. Scoreboard messed him up.
I messed me up too. I said the same thing, but now that runs the count full.
Malachi wants a hit anyway. He's a hitter.
Payoff pitch. This is going to be hit in the air. Looks like it's high enough for somebody to come in and get it. It's going to be James Moore in left field, able to make that play for the 3rd out. So 1 left on for Martinsburg, 2 left on. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Washington can try to extend their 9-1 lead after the 60-second break. This is EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Senator Jason Barrett fought for the taxpayers of West Virginia and won. He passed historic tax cuts, putting more money in the pockets of hardworking families. Here's Jason Barrett.
I went to Charleston on a mission. We cut the personal income tax by more than 30% and returned over $1 billion to the taxpayers of West Virginia. And nothing makes me prouder than having the opportunity to serve you as your state senator.
Paid for by friends of Jason Barrett.
We move to the bottom of the 4th, which is brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. And we have a call to the bullpen, which is brought to you by CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop by and see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. They're moving lives forward. And we'll have to update our sponsor here, Mansion Ferretti Law now. Mansion Injury Law.
I think Earhart went to the field. Looks like Earhart may have went to right and Domenico came in. It's a pitch.
So Domenico, yeah, you're right. Let's see if we spot any other changes. It's Grant Henderson at second.
Yeah, it looks like Zarnecki at third, Jameer Brown at short, Grant Henderson at second, Loper's at first. Still have Fox behind the plate, of course. Clayton Elliott in left. Liam Coe in center, and Drew Earhart, who's been out with an injury, not with shoulder injury from wrestling and some surgery. Looks like he's going to get an opportunity tonight to take some fly balls from right field.
The blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, looking hard but won't realize that they will.
Starting the bottom of the fourth is going to be Robbie Lopez for Washington, coming to the plate with the walk-up song "Can't See Me" by Tupac Shakur. He's not been able to see strikes so far today. He's drawn 2 walks. Lopez, Huff, and Showen.
Washington would like to put this thing away early, and Martinsburg needs to cling to this 8-run deficit and try to live to play another inning.
First pitch is the ball.
Domenico throws the ball hard from the left side. Good opportunity for him to show what he's got here and try to give Martinsburg an opportunity to get back in this thing.
The next pitch is going to be fouled away towards the Martinsburg dugout.
Washington with their ears pinned back now with that big lead. They'll be swinging away.
Final stat line for Grant Henderson, 3 innings. He gives up 9 runs, only 4 earned, 8 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts on 68 pitches, 6 for strikes. Domenico throws a strike here, looked at by Lopez. And this next one is going to be swung at, bounced, and that's strike 3. Lopez going to stumble out of the baseline.
Good pitch there by Domenico, and caught Domenico off, or caught Lopez off guard there. Trace Huff still in the game for Danner, coming back to the plate.
See a different style of pitching than what Washington had just seen for these first 3 innings. Lefty versus righty. Domenico's going to hit that one.
Drop the curveball in.
Trace Huff, another lefty, steps in. That next pitch is going to be high. A little outside for a ball. Next pitch bounces for a ball to the backstop. Gabe Showen has to come right over in front of us to bring it back to the dugout.
Quiet crowd tonight. Things are quieted off on this beautiful evening here. A little unseasonably warm for April, but now that the sun's went down, it's not too bad. It was a hot one today.
And next one comes in. I showed up here with all of our equipment while the sun was still out and in my jeans, and it took only maybe a minute to realize that was a mistake. Here's the next pitch, taken for strike 2. I've tried to check his swing, but it caught the zone.
If everybody at home, just so you know, he kept them on, so even though it was a mistake, he's still wearing them.
That's true, yeah.
I'm wearing my blue sweatpants, end up looking like the navy blues of the Washington.
I was going to say, I'm wearing an orange polo, you're wearing red, white, and blue, so it looks like we're taking sides here. But
need to be a little more neutral when we come down here.
Right, yeah. This next pitch fouled away as the count has run full. 9-1. Washington with the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Full count and 1 out against Trace Huff. Here's the next pitch. That's going to bounce, and Huff with a good eye lays off of it. 1 out walk.
They threw down just to see, maybe he checked it, but it was a walk, ball 4, so Gabe Schoen coming to the plate. 7-hitter here tonight. Been on base a couple times. 3 times, hasn't he? Or twice.
Schoen in 2 at-bats here, reached on an error and had an RBI single.
Mm-hmm. A real athletic stance, quick hands.
First pitch inside for a ball.
Of course, to be a shortstop, you got to be athletic and have quick hands, so makes sense, right?
Domenico readies. And the pitch. That's going to be just a little high, right above the letters. 2-0 count.
So the scoreboard says, right?
Next pitch, Domenico gets that one over the plate for a strike.
Try to get a hold of someone and see what the record was that Sven Dupree, or what happened, that put that ball in the trophy case when that single. We must, maybe it's his 100th hit or something.
Right? Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get that in between innings or at some point. Here's the next pitch outside of the zone. 3-1 count. Domenico readies. 3-1. Strike 2.
Yeah, in the last game, a whole bunch of players.
Full count. 1 out here. It's 9-1. Runner's going to go on the pitch. He's got a good jump. This is hit up in the air to left field. Clayton Elliott's going to be able to range in and get it for out number 2.
Now batting number 2, Camden Coleman.
Elliott with the play. Brings up Camden Coleman.
Had a little visitor there. Jackson Earls going to take precautions. Arm was a little stiff coming off that injury, so playing a little outfield. Threw his flat ground yesterday, and his arm was a little bit stiff, so he decided to pull him out for precautionary reasons, but he said he's fine. He said Danner's fine as well over there. No injury there. Maybe just some dirt in the eye or something that got him off the field. So we know when he slid in down there that dust flew and he was rubbing his eyes, but he says he's not hurt, so that's good. Couldn't get a confirmation on Sven Dupree's trophy ball or what that was for. So as Coleman takes strike. 1-2 count here, 2 outs.
Domenico. His next pitch is going to be swung on and missed by Camden Coleman. That's strike 2.
Scoreboard has us all messed up, doesn't it? I had 0-2 there. Must have been 1-1.
2-strike count. Runner will take his lead. Domenico, long look in, and the pitch called strike 3. Coleman goes down looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Domenico. Started the inning with 1, and he will end the inning with 1. So, nothing doing for Washington in that inning. Just 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the 5th. It's still 9-1 Washington. Take 60 seconds, come back with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion and get the no-fee guarantee. After your car crash, you're probably wondering what to do next. You might be afraid you can't afford a lawyer, but you can. Mansion Injury Law gives you the no-fee guarantee. That means you pay them nothing unless they get money for you. You don't have to face the insurance company alone. Get more with Mansion and get the no-fee guarantee. Call Mansion Injury Law, 1-800-557-4LAW.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
We move to the top of the fifth here from Charlestown. Washington High School, top of the fifth, brought to you by CMA Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. First pitch taken for a ball by Clayton Elliott.
Elliott in the top of the lineup here, so Martinsburg, Domenico giving them an opportunity here as he come in through a scoreless inning. Martinsburg needs to chip away here for sure. 9 outs left, 8 runs down, so maybe taking a few pitches, not taking any chances on the bases, try to play a little catch-up baseball here. See if Domenico can hold him down like Jameer Brown did in the first game and give Martinsburg a chance. Connor Smith is saying you're not going to have to hit yourself on because he hasn't walked too many.
Strike two is taken. It's a 1-2 count. Connor Smith working strong, just giving up 2 hits and 3 walks. 1 run is unearned. This is on the ground to second base. Gobbled up by Sven Dupree, thrown to first in time for the out. That flips it over to the top of the lineup. Liam Coe try to have more success than he has had in his first 2 at-bats. Struck out looking, popped up to shortstop. He's going to foul the first pitch straight back. That's pitch number 68 for Connor Smith. And the next one is going to be fouled over. Hit a little late by Coe to the Martinsburg dugout.
Trying to slice it in the dugout. See what happened to the Orioles the other night when they sliced one in the dugout. Coach took it off the chin, off the cheek.
We actually had an update from Game Changer. Connor Smith up to 73, now 74 pitches as this is skied out to center field, and the play is easily made out there by Camden Coleman.
Coleman come in, did a great job of replacing Jackson Earl. A big double in that big inning and playing well out in the outfield.
Number 10, Silas Zarnecki.
So Zarnecki is going to come to the plate. He's got 1 of 2 hits for Martinsburg, and it's the only one that was a clear, solid hit into the gap for the second at-bat of the game. This pitch high for ball 1, and that's probably not giving enough credit to Bradley Loper's single he had last inning. It was a very hard hit ball. And Zarnecki knew as soon as he brought the bat off the shoulder, he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that was a great
That's
pitch.
a strike. Yeah. Crossed him up.
Yeah, dropped right in there, almost hit him on the back shoe.
1-1. Smith can't get it to break into the zone. It stays high.
Smith doesn't use overpowering velo to get you. He throws contact a lot of times, but he also has does a great job of mixing up, painting the corners. Got a big biting curveball, off-speed pitches that just get you to not get hard contact against him, and he doesn't walk a lot of guys. So, and he'll sneak those strikeouts in there, and his off-speed pitches will make his fastballs faster. And
3-1. Zarnecki, nice piece of hitting, opposite field, right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit.
Zarnecki staying hot here in this Martinsburg lineup. If he comes on, you get these other couple guys going. Maybe they can something going here. Offensively, they haven't been on all cylinders all year, no doubt. Coach Baller will tell you that, leaving runners on base and just not being able to hit 1 through 9, have a big inning. Always playing tight games. So need to get some of these guys going.
Jameer Brown is going to look at the first pitch of his next at bat. A little low.
Going to have to string some hits together, 2, 3, 4 of them at a time.
0 for 2 day for Brown so far. He's going to take the next pitch for a strike, even it up at 1-1. So a ground out to second and a strikeout looking for Brown. 1-1. This is going to be hit high to center, right center, and dropping in for a base hit, shallow right center field.
String two of them together here, get some life. Domenico coming to the plate, an opportunity to maybe drive in a run here and make things happen. Martinsburg, like you say, down 6-1 in the other game, made a crazy comeback. So, don't tune out yet if you're at home. Connor Smith has given up a couple hits here. Still with a very comfortable lead, still throwing the ball really well. But Martinsburg now putting the two hits together for the first time tonight.
So they doubled their hit output so far. These last two at-bats went from 2 to 4. Domenico will look at the second pitch of the at-bat for a strike after the first one bounced for a ball.
Lefty on lefty here. Domenico now pitching for Martinsburg.
1-1. Domenico hooks this one. Got a hold of it, but that's just going to go out into the road past the first base side.
Something we didn't get to do here much over the years is have a night game, but the lights here are beautiful. And last year they got these lights in, and it looks like they're kind of they're LED. They're looks like they're pointing straight down, but they're doing a great job.
Called strike 3. Nick Domenico lets a fastball right on the outside corner go by him, and that's the 5th strikeout for Connor Smith. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The 5th inning. It's still 9-1. Washington with the lead. Let's take 60 seconds, come back with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg is looking for joyful, dedicated primary lead teachers for grades K through 4 to join our vibrant team for the 2026-27 academic year. We're searching for educators who believe in more than just lesson plans, teachers who inspire a love of learning, build confidence, and weave biblical truth into every subject. At TCCA, we offer so much more than a classroom. With a 100-acre campus full of outdoor adventures, daily research-based agriculture classes unlike any school in the state, movement-based instruction, equestrian education, and bi-weekly student choice clubs, and a Christ-centered classical education that connects learning to real life. Our students don't just thrive, they flourish, and so do our teachers. If you're passionate about laying a strong foundation for young learners and want to be part of something bigger, we'd love to hear from you. Email your resume to Rachel Hull at RachelHullTCCA@outlook.com. That's Rachel Hull TCCA@outlook.com to apply or learn more. The Classical Christian Academy is located at 7192 Arden Noble Road, Martinsburg, West Virginia 25403.
We move to the bottom of the 5th inning, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Dylan Bishop and guess who? Trip Tobin with us on the call. Colton Musgrove and Ethan Elliott, our on-site production team here today, and Kyler High back at the studio. It's 9-1 Washington in the bottom of the 5th. Trip, it all got away from Martinsburg in 1 inning, and so far they haven't been able to recover from it.
It was a big inning, and I think just the wheels fell off. Couple ground balls start the inning.
And this inning is going to stay hot for Washington. Down the line with the hit is Landon Gockler, and he's going to be able to stretch this into 2, standing up with a double, just like that. Yeah, with it being an 8-run game in the 5th inning, this is the winning run at the plate for Washington.
Yeah, they're going to have to play it like a 1-run game to try to keep make sure they have an opportunity to hit again. To use those 6 outs. So, but Gockler getting a base hit, and I'm not sure if you look up and down that lineup who hasn't contributed. I know Robbie Lopez has walked twice and struck out, but been on to get him to steal second and get the winning run at second base, or just let the power of Connor Smith and Edwards and Marshall Derrick try to drive those runs in. I'd probably be more apt to let them drive them in at this point, unless I got a heck of a jump off the lefty.
Connor Smith steps up. He's 3 for 3, 2 singles and an RBI double. First pitch to him. Outside for a ball.
It looks like Sven's playing it pretty safe over there, so nobody out. Not going to make the first out at second. They're not going to trade an out for a run on the first and third here, so.
Domenico with the pitch is going to be grounded over to Loper. He's going to look the runner back to third, but as he walks at the first, runner comes home, slides across the plate. He's safe, and the ball gets away from Fox. So that winning run for the Mercy Rule is going to go over to third base with just one out.
Yeah, Loper scooped it up, looked the runner back to third for a second. Then he turned. He had to run back to first to make it the play to get the out. Then he turned and wheeled back for a double play at home and dunked it. And not much Braden Fox could do about it as it got away, as it skipped off the grass away from him. And now you're a run away from Mercy Rule, and they're going to walk him again.
You could be a fly ball away from the Mercy Rule. So third intentional walk in a row for Braden Edwards.
Yeah, not much you can do there. You got to put the double play in effect. So,
yeah.
Double play gets you out of the inning, and you can't let. Unfortunately, every time Edwards has come up, it's probably been the right call to walk him there. So, for one, because he hits the ball a ton, and for two, dictates how you attack that inning.
First pitch strike.
Defensively, Martinsburg has to get a ground ball double play here to get out of this.
The 0-1. Derek going to watch strike two. So, big strikeout could do some definite help for Martinsburg here. 0-2. That's going to bounce, but right in front of Fox. He's able to keep it in front of him. 10-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Washington with the lead. It'll be a 10-run rule if this run from third comes across home plate. And Derek going to slap that one down the line, but foul.
Yeah, that ball, it had the end of the game written on it when it went over top of Loper's head, but it cut foul down there. And a
right-handed batter versus a left-handed pitcher here.
Robbie Lopez on deck.
The 1-2. Derek going to pop this one up. It's going to be in play. Loper's running for it. Grant Henderson running for it and into foul territory makes the play. The runner, as Grant Henderson throws home, Edwards tags up from first to second.
Yeah, when the throw went over the top, he went ahead and tug up. So now it comes down to Robbie Lopez.
Now batting number 19, Robbie Lopez.
Lopez, a walk in the second, a walk in the third, and a strikeout swinging in the fourth. Now he comes up in the fifth.
Lopez, one of the guys we talked about who hadn't been able to get himself a base hit after, even though he's been on base 2 to 3 times, has a chance here to be the hero.
First pitch high for ball one.
Or with first base open, just get himself another walk. Got to be careful here. It's open.
Lopez, he was the very first batter Domenico faced, and Domenico struck him out swinging. And this one's inside for ball two. That does mean, though, that Lopez is now the first batter that gets a second shot at Domenico. Maybe you can see him a little better.
Martinsburg playing back for the last out, so.
2-0 pitch from Domenico. This is going to be hit on the ground, and it looks like it's in play. Silas Zarnecki with the throw. It's in time for out number 3. So Martinsburg keeps themselves alive for at least another inning. We'll go to the top of the sixth. It's 10-1 Washington. This is EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
A DUI can be a life-altering experience. Put your future and well-being in the hands of someone who has spent 27 years defending citizens accused of driving under the influence throughout the state of West Virginia, and hundreds of hours of training to be the very best for his clients in need. My name is Harley Wagner, and the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's DUI defense firm, is that place.
One click, real defense. Wagner Law Firm, WestVirginiaDUILawyers.com.
The top of the sixth on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Washington was 90 feet away from getting a mercy rule win in the last half inning, but Martinsburg kept themselves alive. It's 10-1. And Connor Smith back out on the mound for the Patriots. Due up in the order is 5, 6, and 7 for the Bulldogs. Grant Henderson, Bradley Loper, and Braden Fox.
Now batting number 4, Grant Henderson.
Henderson will step in 0 for 1, drew a walk in the first inning, popped up in foul territory to the catcher in the fourth. He takes the strike to start the at-bat.
If you want to know how well that Washington hit the ball tonight, I mean, Grant Henderson coming off an unbelievable start. He went down to Myrtle Beach, pitched against North Myrtle Beach, one of the best teams in the tournament. Pitched 5 innings, only give up 3 hits, and only 1 earned run, struck out 8. So Henderson is just the phenomenal pitcher, and Washington just at the moment kind of has Achilles heel for now. But they're going to see each other again, I'm sure. And but yeah, it's just uncharacteristic how they can get some runs across here. But Washington's hard to beat at home, and as Grant pops it up to right.
It's a high to right center, but it looks like it's going to be too high because Camden Coleman is able to get over to it in time.
Yeah, a game we didn't cover down there, but I watched it on Game Changer, and I've seen, some of the stream and some of the stories coming out of Myrtle Beach about that North Myrtle Beach team. Just a great team, and Grant was able to give this team a 3-0 lead there for a while. I mean, you heard Coach Ballard talk about it early in the broadcast and his interview how well one of the best teams they'd faced, and Grant went in there and 1 earned run, had 5 innings and 8 strikeouts. So that tells you how good he is, but it also tells you how how good Washington can be with the bat.
Loper going to go the opposite way on the first pitch, and in the left field for a base hit.
Loper's put some solid contact on the baseball. Another guy needs to get things going here. If Martinsburg going to have a chance late in the season, him and a couple others, need to really pick it up, a notch, because the pitching's been well. I mean, tonight doesn't show it on the board here, even though Grant really only has 4 earned runs tonight. But Washington's taken well advantage of any mistake Martinsburg give them. So, going to see Braden Armolt come in, pinch hit.
And he's going to take a big hack at the first pitch, but not get anything on it.
Going to hit for Braden Fox here. Maybe you'll see Braden re-enter, or Thomas Garrett maybe.
Next pitch out of the zone for a ball.
Armolt was a staple in this lineup last year, hit the ball well, so a lot of power. We've seen him hit the ball out a few times, so we're trying to inject a little power into that lineup as a pinch hit Armolt. Armolt looks pretty confident.
Yeah, that next pitch was taken. It was a good eye, close to the zone. 2-1 count. Smith to the plate, blows this one by him. Big swing, nothing on it. Fox, leading up to this point into this part of the order, had flown out to right and drawn a walk. Here's a 2-2. That's going to be way outside. Smith will ready with the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Blew it by him again. Struck him out looking, or swinging. It's the 6th strikeout.
Get a little bye-bye from the press box.
That was on the 96th pitch from Connor Smith, and 97 is going to be Malachi Green not being able to check his swing. Start this one 0-1. Goes all the way through this one. Swing and a miss.
Ball's up and in. It looked like a beach ball to him as he took a hack at it.
Connor Smith is up to 98 pitches now. He's going to let him rip with his last handful. And this one, ooh, almost caught the zone for strike 3, but called ball.
Probably held it there for a second for Keith to take a look at it, and then he did a good job just holding it for a second and getting it back, but certainly felt like he might have had a shot at it as that ball comes up and in on the fastball for ball 2 for a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Deuce is wild.
2-2, Green called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate for the 7th K for Connor Smith. It's still 10-1. Washington will come up in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run will end it. It'll take 60 seconds. Come back with more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
A DUI can be a life-altering experience. Put your future and well-being in the hands of someone who has spent 27 years defending citizens accused of driving under the influence throughout the state of West Virginia and hundreds of hours of training to be the very best for his clients in need. My name is Harley Wagner, and the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's DUI defense firm, is that place.
One click, real defense. Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia DUIlawyers.com.
Bottom of the 6th from Washington High School is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Patriots 10, Bulldogs 1. As Nick Domenico will go back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He'll go up against 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Trace Huff, Gabe Schoen, Camden Coleman. And he'll need to have a clean inning to give the Bulldogs one last shot at a comeback.
Yeah, Nick's done a great job, coming in, only giving up that 1 run so far. I guess the team that was swinging the bat really well there for a couple innings.
Domenico has given up a couple hits here. Just the 1 run, like you said. The next pitch in for a ball. We'll get you the official line here that Domenico has through 35 pitches, 2 innings. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and he struck out 2. He's going to get this one across for a strike. Makes the count 2-1. Next pitch outside for ball 3. Now Domenico will ready with another one. You get this one across in the zone. You don't have to go to your bullpen if you finish things off.
True.
In this.
I mean, that's big when you play, like he said in his interview, every night just gets tougher and tougher.
This pitch is inside. Connor Smith is at 101 pitches, so he could theoretically get through the 7th, but he would have to make pretty quick work of it.
Cam Coleman on deck with a double, so he could have moved him over.
Schoen will take another one. Low and inside. It's 3-0.
7 straight balls here, so
and
Nick's got to find the strike zone.
Domenico up over 40 pitches now in his 3rd inning of work out of the bullpen. And that's going to be a strike. Schoen thought that was ball 4.
Strike at the top of the zone there.
He at least tried to sell it as ball 4.
Mm-hmm.
So Domenico battles back to 3-1. Here's the next one. That's going to be too low on the breaking ball. So that's 2 straight walks.
Coleman and Gockler, then back to the top of the lineup. So unless they get a double play, you're going to see the top of the lineup, Washington's lineup again. So Martinsburg needs to get something going here. Nick needs a big strikeout, and Coleman, he needs to get this ball in play and not get doubled up.
First pitch is taken low for a ball. Coleman is 1 for 3, grounded out to second base in the second. RBI double in the third. Struck out looking in the fourth. His pitch on the ground and sneaks into left field. Going to be waved home. Will we have a play at the plate? Throw home by Elliott is up the line just a little bit. Trace Huff scores, and that's a game-winning RBI single for Camden Coleman to make it 11-1 Washington in 6 innings of work. So Martinsburg falls. Washington gets some revenge for that first matchup that went to extra innings. This one, where we're evening things out. Trip, we needed extra innings the first time. We didn't even need 7 innings this time. So big time win for the Patriots. We can take a 2-minute break, come back with our post-game show, get some post-game thoughts and stats and more. Let's go ahead, take those 2 minutes, come back, more EPAC baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
A DUI can be a life-altering experience. Put your future and well-being in the hands of someone who has spent 27 years defending citizens accused of driving under the influence throughout the state of West Virginia, and hundreds of hours of training to be the very best for his clients in need. My name is Harley Wagner, and the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's DUI defense firm, is that place.
One click, real defense. Wagner Law Firm, WestVirginiaDUILawyers.com.
Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg is looking for joyful, dedicated primary lead teachers for grades K through 4 to join our vibrant team for the 2026-27 academic year. We're searching for educators who believe in more than just lesson plans, teachers who inspire a love of learning, build confidence, and weave biblical truth into every subject. At TCCA, we offer so much more than a classroom. With a 100-acre campus full of outdoor adventures, daily research-based agriculture classes unlike any school in the state, movement-based instruction, equestrian education, and bi-weekly student choice clubs, and a Christ-centered classical education that connects learning to real life. Our students don't just thrive, they flourish, and so do our teachers. If you're passionate about laying a strong foundation for young learners and want to be part of something bigger, we'd love to hear from you. Email your resume to Rachel Hull at RachelHullTCCA@outlook.com. That's Rachel Hull TCCA@outlook.com to apply or learn more. The Classical Christian Academy is located at 7192 Arden Noble Road, Martinsburg, West Virginia 25403.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome into the postgame show on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with a daily special. With daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Trip in 6 innings this time, rather than 9 the first time. Washington gets the win, evens up the series here with Martinsburg, and it was mostly just one big inning and some good pitching from Washington.
Yeah, it was a big inning. They took advantage of a couple of Martinsburg errors. I mean, Grant had 4 earned runs, but they did hit the ball hard a couple of times, and they seemed to be on the offense the whole time. Seemed to be pretty confident. Even coming into the game, even though they were going to have to face Grant Henderson, and confidence is a big thing in this game. Martinsburg still some holes in their offensive lineup. not hitting the ball 1 through 9. So it makes it tough, try to, especially when you give up a big inning like that. But Martinsburg's tools for success there are, they need to keep the game close and let their pitching and defense play. They have great defensive, players out there. They have a great defense out there, and their pitching, as they showed, they have some depth there, and they have 2 really good pitchers in Grant and Jameer, and then have a lot of guys that come in with Loper and Elliott and Liam Coe and some of those guys. So they've got that. They just need to get the offensive part rolling. They can't quite overcome that kind of a inning. As far as that inning goes, everything went Washington's way, and then they got a couple big hits. Grant couldn't put the ball in the dirt much and afford to, couldn't spike too many of them. He had to kind of throw the ball around the plate to keep runs from scoring. And the infield, it's playing a little hard down here. I'm sure nobody's going to use that excuse, but both teams struggled a little bit with some, with some ground balls there that got through. Ended up being some unearned runs on Martinsburg's side. But ultimately, Connor Smith come in 3 for 4, a bunch of RBIs, smacked the ball off the wall out there and give his team a lift. And, he gets on the mound, gets strikeouts to end innings, and, sends his guys in the dugout with, with a little hype, a little celebration. So, they're a great team, and they're they're going to be hard to deal with when they're all hitting all cylinders and having Danner and Jackson in there as well.
All right, we'll get you the game scoring summary and game stats here as we get our coach's interview and player of the game interview on the road here. It was 1 run in the top of the first for Martinsburg. Washington answered with a run in the bottom of the second, and then it was 8 runs in the bottom of the third that made it 9-1 Washington. And then 1 added on by the Patriots in the 5th and 6th led us to the 10-run roll. That's your game scoring summary brought to you by Mansion Injury Law in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. And we're about to have our interviews here in the postgame. Player of the game and the winning coach, Coach Earl and Connor Smith, coming through here.
I have to get the camera on them.
Yeah, we can turn it around here. Here comes Coach Earl. Let's go ahead and get his headset a little bit untangled for him so he's not thrown off by it. Coach Earl, you can hear us down on that, can't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you could get your microphone part caught on your hat there for a second, that happens. But, Coach, it's a great win for you guys. The big third inning really got things going at the plate. What did you feel like was going well for you guys at the plate with Grant Henderson there in those first few innings?
Well, we've been hitting the ball well for quite a few games now. Sometimes they just don't fall. Tonight they were falling. I think we always get good at bats, always looking for a good fastball to hit, and they fell tonight. We were all hitting top to bottom, 1 through 9. Everybody's hitting the ball tonight.
You had a couple guys go out for one reason or another, and you still had a couple other guys step up. What's that say about the depth of this team as well?
Well, I've been telling them for a long time, a lot of guys like to play all the time. And when you're on the bench, you always got to be ready when your number is called. Right? We're a team. It's going to take everybody out here to all year long to be successful. And those guys, their number was called tonight. I had 3 different guys who normally aren't in the starting lineup, and they came in and they produced. They caught balls in the outfield. They made plays. They put the ball in play and a couple big hits here and there. So.
And on the other side, on the mound, Connor Smith, standing behind you, we'll interview him next, had himself a great game up on the mound. Just a handful of hits until the last inning or two. How did you feel about his command up there on the mound?
Connor's been doing it for us since he was a freshman. He's big time. He's clutch. He throws strikes. He gets ahead. I mean, I don't know if their leadoff got on pretty much all game. He got 2 outs, and then you can deal with an error here or a hit here. But he was getting the first guy out almost every inning, and then you can have a little misfortune after that.
I think you're right, Coach. Every inning,
he
got it down here.
And that's big. That's big in high school. The leadoff guy gets on, a lot of times he's going to score.
Yeah.
Connor kept him off the bases, and he gets stronger as the game goes on. He really does. And he's just a workhorse. He's our guy.
So, in your tenure here, Martinsburg seems to have had your number a little bit, especially had a couple walk-offs. You've had some.
Thanks for bringing it up.
You guys had some, some classics, against each other. Been some great games. So, come down here tonight. Coming into this game, was there any talk to your team about any of the past, or you just said tonight?
Not really. Just take care of the task at hand. To do your job today. Everybody do your job. We've known we've had them up, especially at their place, early in games, and they fought their way back. They're a tough team. They're resilient, and that's a good win for us. Anytime we can beat Martinsburg, it's a good win.
What was the ball from Sven? Was there a record there?
Yeah, that was his 100th hit.
100th hit. So we took
a good guess there, Trip.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thanks for the time. So we'll get that from you, and then we'll go ahead and hand it over to our player of the game here, because he went 3 for 4 at the plate. The one time he got out, even drove in a run, and then up on the mound had himself a heck of a game. Connor Smith, let's talk about your pitching there first. How were you feeling up on the mound?
I felt good. It was just a good start to get out there, throw strikes. I got lucky enough to get a lead, so I just started pitching with a lead and let my team do all the work.
So you come out there, you come out of the gate, you guys get down and run. Martinsburg's kind of like I talked to Coach Earl for some reason. They've been kind of your Achilles heel. You get down and run, but I was told that we were starting on the broadcast. It looks like a lot of confidence in the dugout tonight. Something changed since you've been at Myrtle Beach, or is it just something that's been going on all year long?
Myrtle was really good. We came together as a team. We had some great wins. Carolina Forest are a really good team. I felt like that was our most team win of the year, so we just built off of that and had a great outing. I felt really good to get one against them.
So you got a lot of guys that got in the game tonight. You guys got a team full of guys that want to be in the dugout. So that can be good and that can be bad. So how is it when the starting lineup hits the wall up there and the guys, are they riding around each other? It looks like you guys are really getting it together.
We're family. We're starting to become a family. That's the best part of this team.
What does after tonight, what do you go from here? What was said that, you said, okay, now you got your second EPAC win, had a couple of bad breaks in the EPAC, and we're in the second half of the season. It's going to start getting a little bit more important. So how do you guys move from here?
So it's only up from here. We know how to battle from adversity. We've already faced all that all year. So new day tomorrow. Play Morgantown and Bridgeport. So
big day tomorrow, yep. Well, congratulations. Good luck. Way to hit the baseball, throw the ball tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, congrats. That's our player of the game, brought to you by Parsons Ford, 1400 Shepherdstown Road, and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, and let's go ahead and get you some game stats. Connor Smith, we just talked to him. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, none earned, gave up 4 hits and 3 walks, struck out 7 in 6 innings. Had 100 pitches, 101, and 61 were for strikes. And through the lineup, you had 2 RBIs each for Sven Dupree, Connor Smith, and Camden Coleman and Marshall Derrick. And then Danner and Huff both had 1. Schoen had 1 as well. 2 runs scored by Huff and Dupree. 1 each for Smith, Edwards, Derrick, Schoen, Coleman, and Gockler. 2 walks drawn by each of Lopez and Huff, and 1 by Schoen. So those game stats brought to you by CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location at 650 Foxcroft Avenue, where owners just care more. Tripp, I'll let you have the final word on what we saw tonight before we wrap things up.
Well, I think we saw, a great hitting performance by Washington, of course. And I think, not taking nothing away from Grant Henderson, he throws the ball really well. And, when this team's clicking, they're going to be hard for anybody to beat. Regardless, they swing the bat well, they hunt fastballs, they get themselves in good hitting counts. The familiarity with these guys with each other, Grant and Edwards and Connor, and a lot of those guys have played together, like I said, many summers, including a couple even with Post 14. But prior to that, so they are very familiar with that, and that makes it really tough for if you're a pitcher. But on the other side, Martinsburg's not quite as familiar with Connor Smith. Some of their guys hadn't played with him as much. Regardless, though, Connor threw a heck of a game, and Grant muscled through it, showed some good mound presence. No one's going to be days like this, but at the end of the day, all of us who coach baseball know it's hard to beat a team 2 or 3, 4 times in a row. And, it was going to come to an end. Martinsburg had some walk-offs. They've had some classics, like I was talking to Coach Earl about. We watched them play each other. It's been awesome. And, eventually, the other team's going to get you. And tonight that happened. I think there's going to be two good teams. I think Martinsburg's going to learn from it, but I think this could possibly, set Washington asail. They do have one of the best rosters in the EPAC and maybe in the state, and they showed its depth tonight as well. So this is a year that they could possibly, make a run with all that returning innings and all that returning talent and all those guys that are going off to the next level. Probably fun to coach over there, but in the same sense, it's probably tough to coach. But it's a year that when you have a lot of talent like that, you can lay down some laws, and iron can sharpen iron, and you can lay down some discipline. You don't have to worry about losing one of your better players because you got another guy who can step in next man up. And that's one of the things that makes Jefferson so tough is they always have a next man up thing, and Washington has it this year. So Martinsburg's building. A lot of young guys in the lineup, some sophomores, freshmen, and so the expectations, are a little bit different, but they still expect to win and come out and compete every night, and I'm sure that'll be the talk in that dugout. But moving forward, I think both teams know we're in the second half of the season, and Martinsburg's going to grow up a little bit, and Washington's going to kind of pace herself. So see how it goes.
Yeah, Washington's been impressive. They impressed tonight, 11-1 in 6 innings. They get it done over Martinsburg. We'll wrap things up from Washington High School in Charlestown. For Kyler High back at the studio, for Colton Musgrove and Ethan Elliott, the production team on site. Trip Tobin next to me. I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long. And this has been EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Washington beats Martinsburg 11-1. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, Cody's Auto Body, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Berkeley County Health Department, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, and CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.